If you're thinking about moving to the Pensacola area and Gulf Breeze is an option, this is a great video for you. We're going to be talking about new construction here in Gulf Breeze. We're also going to have one resale, which, spoiler alert, that's where we're in right now. Then we're going to take you guys to go see some other homes, and then we're going to talk about kind of the benefits of new construction versus a resale home and give you guys some tips and tricks as we are, showing some homes. So without further ado, we're going to take you through this neighborhood first, and then we're going to walk you through this house, and we'll get to the next ones.
Let's go. So this is phase 2 in Heather's Place, and you can see that there are sidewalks, there's street lights.
Blueberry and Newberry.
Redberry.
Oh, Redberry, I can't read.
They're all berries, because here's Pivot Berry, and so if you take a right, this is where phase 3 is going to be.
Oh, I love this color.
That is really nice.
Oh, they did really good on that dark roof. I don't normally like dark roofs. That looks sharp.
That's really good. So see, this is what happens when you live in a construction zone. You drive through it.
Yes, we'll be talking about that here in just a minute when we get back inside the house. Just keep this in mind. This is what it looks like at a lot of these master plan communities.
Chances of getting a nail in your tire are high.
Yes.
Knock on leather.
Ask your realtor how they know.
How do you know, Mongo?
Because I've lost a lot of tires to new construction. In fact, I make it a point, I don't park up on the curb like these guys are doing, and I also don't park in the driveways anymore, because that's where I usually get them. That's never fun.
I always park in the driveway.
I lost too many. Okay, we're going to turn right here apparently. Which I don't think is phase 3 anymore.
It is not. This is a whole separate community. All right, so we're at 6127 Redberry. This is a Henry home. We just drove through where the phase 3 of Heather's Place, which is the neighborhood name, where they're starting the new construction there. They've got about 9 listings right now that are available, and then of course they'll keep building. Phase 2 and phase 1 have about 100 homes in them. You'll see the sidewalks and all that good stuff as we're kind of showing everything around. But this one is a pre-owned home. It was built in 2020. It's a three bedroom, 2 bathroom home, and then it's about 1750 square feet, listed at $375. So let's go on in.
Oh, the door's open for us. How convenient.
It's like we planned it. So you'll see in this floor plan, it's a split floor plan. We've got the guest bedrooms off to our right, and then the master is back here behind this big wall here. You've got the open concept of the living and the kitchen. So this one is a pre-owned home. It's built in 2020, like I just mentioned. So we thought we'd kind of talk to you about some of the benefits, pros and cons of owning a pre-owned home like this one. It's only a couple years old and a floor plan that's still available, or buying a new construction home in phase 3. So same floor plan. Right now, they're price-wise are about the same, but some of the things that you'll notice in this home is that it already has a fence, it has a sprinkler system, it has blinds in the windows, and it has a little bit more landscaping. So those are costs that are, I guess, kind of built into the price instead of having to pay extra for it. So if you go with a new construction, you're paying in that same, $373 to $376 right now. But then after you close, you're going to have the additional cost of a fence, possibly a refrigerator, the sprinkler system, and all that good stuff. So let's take a look around at this guy and kind of see what we think about it as far as a pre-owned home. So let's start over here. You've got your bedrooms and a bathroom. So there's no extra upgrades in this home as far as counters and floors. These are all pretty much standard. And with it only being a couple years old, it's not, run down. There's not big scrapes in the walls. The carpet is still in great shape. It does have your LVP flooring and some granite out here. Tons of cabinets, tons of counter space.
Lots of counter space. I like it.
This one's actually a 4-bedroom. I forgot that they did add a closet to this front bedroom that was supposed to be an office.
Oh yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of dual options here.
Yep.
On the newer builds, I assume that we can knock this out.
So I think that's an option. So it's an upgrade. So this one is upgraded, if you will. So for the phase 3, it would be an option.
Okay. Not all the time is it an option. That's why I ask.
Yep.
Kristen did all the research on this before we came out here, and it's been a couple of months since I have been. So check out this master.
So this is, like I said, it's a Henry home. This floor plan I've seen in tons of different areas all around the Panhandle. It is one of their go-tos because it's a good option for families, but it has been used for years. So if you got a good one, you keep with it.
Yep. Yeah, it's funny, since we do this for a living, you know, you walk in, you instantly notice the, oh, that's kind of dark. Let's see if, there we go. Sorry about that, guys. Thought I had that on. We got a big garden tub. We've got a closed commode. You guys, if you've been watching our channel, you know I like a closed commode. And man, I'm just not good with the lights today. It's a big closet here. Sorry, you can't find the light. I'm sure it's on the inside.
Go ahead. These ones are pretty good sized lots. They're only about a 1/4 acre, but it does seem like they're bigger because the house is more towards the front of the lot, so you get a really good sized backyard. But like we talked about, this one has a fence. So if you got one of the phase 3, they don't come with fences. And this one actually has a really nice double gate here that's reinforced.
I do like that.
Yeah.
If you haven't priced out a fence lately, fences are not cheap right now.
Nope.
Everything's getting more expensive.
So while we're at Henry Homes,
For those of you wondering, this is our hurricane stuff.
yeah.
This is what we put all of our sheets on, you know, or sheets of cardboard, or plywood rather. Please don't put cardboard on it.
So this is our first home that we're looking at. It is a production builder. So Henry Homes, what that means is that they build the same couple of floor plans in the same, you know, neighborhood, if you will. There's not a lot of options, and right now you're lucky if you get to pick any options. Ever since COVID, it's just been a lot harder to have the supply and demand issues, basically. So what you see is typically what you get. They're going to put their homes on the market within a couple of months of it being ready to go. So whereas with a semi-custom home, like we're going to see and later on in this video, you might still get to choose some things here and there. You might be able to swap out some light fixtures or upgrade some flooring, just because they're more flexible in their timeline. With the production builder, they've got their crews of people that, you know, their lighting crew, their plumbing crew, all that good stuff. So they're going to have them move through the homes in a set order, you know, in a set pace. Whereas the other ones, it's just, they're more able to work a little like on whatever's timeline that they want. So again, Henry Homes, they build a really nice little house and they like their floor plans.
And we almost completely forgot this. It also has little storage pantry area here and its own dedicated washer dryer room, little laundry room here, and of course a garage, which you know, just a standard garage. Does have the water heater outside, which is pretty common for our area, which it's always good to see that, because if they do leak for any reason, it won't ruin all your stuff. On a lot of the production homes, as Kristen is mentioning before, you used to be able to fix or choose some of your stuff, like the countertop color and the flooring. But I would say in our area anyway, in the last 4 years maybe, they've completely eliminated that. So you're getting exactly what you're getting. What they're doing is they're buying everything in mass bulk, and then they're just building them as quickly as they can. That's sort of the whole method between. So when you hear Henry Homes, you hear Adams and D.R. Horton are the 3 big ones in our area. There's others all across the country, but here in our area, those are the 3 big ones.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, so make sure you guys are sticking around to the end because we've got 2 new construction. We're going to give you guys just a little bit of tips at each one so that you guys can also watch, see the houses and hopefully gain some value out of this as well. So what we wanted to talk about in here is kind of the big difference between the new construction and the pre-owned, which is what we're sitting in. This is already lived in, even though it looks brand new. Kristen already mentioned a bunch of the stuff that is different, but when you're purchasing the 2, you've got to make some decisions there. So as she said, you've got a little bit of benefit with this one, but for the same price, is it worth more than having a new construction? That's kind of up to you. The new construction is going to have some implicit advantages, and that is because the builder is going to own the title company and the lender generally. And so what they're going to be able to do is they're going to be able to pull funds from all of that to give you incentives. So this is going to look like lower interest rates. A lot of these, I don't know what Henry's doing right now as of shooting today, but just call us. All of our information will come up on the screen. If you like any new construction in our area, the incentives are changing all the time. In fact, if you're watching this, I'm going to try to put a link down below in the description with some updates on some of the new construction stuff. I'm not 100% sure if that's going to be possible for us to constantly update because they change weekly.
They do.
But if we do, we'll put it down in the description down below. There'll be a link so that you can get the updated list. If not, you can always reach out to us. We'll give you the updated incentives. Sometimes it's lower interest rates. Sometimes they're offering the fridge. Sometimes they're putting in a fence for you. Sometimes it's a mix of all 3. Sometimes it's X dollars toward closing costs. Sometimes it's $0 down for any loan type, so it's not just VA or FHA or, with that low down payment. I know FHA is not 0, but you get my point. Point of this is tons of incentives with new construction. So that's something that you want to add into the equation as well. And of course, if you're somebody that just wants to have your own and you don't want to know that somebody else touched this countertop or what have you, then new construction is obviously a good idea.
But on the flip side, if you don't want to have to work out all those first year kinks, because I don't care how good the builder is, there's always going to be something.
Yes.
This house has already gone through all of those things in theory. They've already worked out the pop nails from the ceiling tape or, the small leak that they found underneath the cabinet or whatever. Like those are obviously usually aren't going to happen, but they've already worked out all those kinks of everything. So in a pre-owned home, it's ready to go. You just need a good clean, and then you don't have to worry about if anybody else's booty touched the toilet or something like that. Because that's what I hear from people is that's their biggest thing of why they want new construction is because they don't want somebody else to have used their toilet. But you can buy a new toilet.
Yes, or just the lid. I do that on every house I've ever bought. In fact, I generally swap out the toilets now whenever I purchase a new one. Just because I like a very specific toilet. I don't know why, but I found this one time that flushes a bunch of golf balls. And I don't know if I'm ever going to need to flush a bunch of golf balls, but at least I have the option in my home. Yeah. So you guys can always swap those out. Toilets are generally about $200 to $300. Installation, everything out the door, you're looking at $400 to $500 usually. So if that is a concern for you, you can do that, or you can just swap out the seat, maybe put a nice warming seat or a bidet. Ooh.
Yes. Ew.
If you're into that.
I got one more. Hold on.
Oh, yeah. But wait, there's more.
Yes. So the other advantage of buying a pre-owned home is that you're not driving through a construction site every day because they're starting at the beginning of the street and then they're going back, which is kind of weird because usually they do the opposite, but they're starting at the beginning of that street in phase 3. So if you live in those first couple of homes, well, I guess you're not really, you're driving through at least dirty roads and noise and everything like that. And I don't know about you guys if you've ever lived in a new community, but they start at 7 o'clock in the morning, sometimes earlier on a Saturday. So if you have windows in your bedroom, which they all do, you're waking up to the sound of hammers and loud music and
people yelling,
saws and whatever else. Yeah. So you're not getting that nice quietness. It'll be quiet eventually in 6 months to a year when they're done building. But so there's definitely pros and cons to both. So it's just a matter of what you like.
Yep. All right, we're sitting in front of 5600 United Boulevard here in Gulf Breeze, our second house on the tour today. This one is not going to have any lights. It is still a little bit early on in the phase, so we should have plenty of light. It looks pretty good. Let's come on in. I'm going to have to stop saying that we don't have a lot of coat closets in these, because in all of the last videos we have had a coat closet in every single one of them. So we've got the tall ceilings, we've got textured throughout. Obviously they're not done painting. Please keep in mind, I think you guys can figure that out, that we are in the middle of construction here on this one. But lots of cool little details for a great price. This is a 3-bed, 2-bath. It's about 1,700 square feet at $379,000 for a brand new construction. Now, we'll talk about why that is here in a minute, but you will notice some fancier details here, the bullnose corners. These are not overly cheap. They did, I thought this was a little bit odd, we go a little bit less expensive on the Formica, but as Kristen said, Formica is coming back a little bit, despite what some of you guys may want. But still, very spacious kitchen. We've got a large pantry here. You can't see it underneath us, but this is LVP. In fact, you can look here in the kitchen and you'll see the type of LVP that it is. Luxury vinyl plank is obviously a very popular choice. Scratch resistant, waterproof. They generally don't float. You don't have to do a whole lot with them. And for the price that it costs, it's just a little bit more expensive than carpet usually, so that's good.
Okay, so I have to stop you right here for just 1 second because I found something that is not usually in, I'll say, an entry-level construction home, and it's holiday cabinets. I heard someone call them this before, and I thought it was genius. But the cabinets that, like, naturally you're going to put some stools here, you know, and you're not going to use them, but that's where you keep all of your holiday stuff. So,
oh, that's pretty cool.
Sorry, I had to.
I didn't even notice
this
it.
and pot fillers and pocket doors.
Yeah. Which, speaking of pocket doors, this master closet or this master bath does have one. So we've got the closet here. They're not finished with it, obviously. Very spacious in here. Same kind of stuff that you would typically find. So very freaking large shower. I don't know, it almost feels too large to me without another head being over here. But if you wanted to take a break from your shower, you could step back a little bit. You've got the dual vanities behind us. And then your commode, which is not in its own room, but that's fine.
It's sectioned off.
Yeah.
Oh, and then you could put like a little there, and then you could put like a little like cabinet or shelves here.
Some extra towel storage maybe. Oh, that's a good idea. I like it. Oh, and then of course, the pocket door. Oh, this one doesn't have the little thing.
Yet. There we go.
Normally there's a little thing in there. I'm guessing they're gonna put that in later, or
pocket doors are awesome.
Normally come with it. That's kind of weird.
Oh, and then the huge, I didn't show them this, sorry. Huge, oh, it's too dark, but it's a wampin closet.
And then we've got soft close on all the cabinets, which is becoming more and more standard.
Are they soft close?
What?
Nice.
Yep. Yeah, so it is becoming more and more standard in some of these. But again, a nice little touch, especially for this price point here in this area. For those who don't know, Gulf Breeze is a little bit more expensive than Navarre. It is a very desirable area, especially for people that are commuting into Pensacola and even into Navarre. Very big space here. You've got the arch ceilings, which I like. Lots of recessed lighting, which are really cool in the beginning, until you have to swap out those bulbs. Then it's not as fun. So make sure you get a good ladder. We've got a cool closet here.
Is that your washer and dryer or just closet?
Nope, just a closet. And then, I don't know why I keep hitting lights. Another little bathroom. They did put a tile in this one, which is cool. Like seeing that, I like the stone look. It's actually getting more popular lately. And I dig it. I don't know. A lot of people don't. Some of my clients or some of our clients say they don't. Got 2 bedrooms here. Spacious closet, just like in a couple of the last ones. Of course, this is the popular theme right now, is to do these big double swinging doors for the closets in these builds lately. Got another one back here. I think earlier I said this was a 3-2. It's actually a 4-2. Yeah, I think I misspoke earlier. Sorry about that, guys. Don't judge me. All right. Now, before we chat with you guys, actually here, let's go over here.
Still lights.
Yeah, I don't know why I keep hitting lights. So I'm not seeing a washer dryer. I'm guessing that closet is, and they just haven't plumbed it yet.
But I will say, sorry, I'm gonna jerk you guys around the camera, but another nice feature is the fact that there are pull down stairs, because I don't see that in a lot of homes, period. So
And we haven't gone up there to see if it's got flooring, but by the way that it is done, it should be very easy to put flooring up there. Got a lot of space up there. There's also a window on this side over here too.
Yeah, so it'd be really cool to finish that out and make a little bonus room.
Yeah. Yeah, I find it odd that they don't have that plumbed yet, because generally it is already plumbed and they would put the drywall around it, but not all the time. So that's,
well, they might not have just cut it out yet.
yeah, that may be the case, which is actually kind of convenient where it's at, because yeah, we'd like to have our own dedicated space usually, but it is kind of nice having it over there. It's on the other side, so you, being the homeowner, won't have to listen to it because it's not going to be super close to the room. We've got a little covered patio, and as you're seeing behind me, part of the reason why it is priced the way it is. We're going to be talking about that here in just a minute, so stick around for that. You can check out this yard here. It is right in the middle of a cul-de-sac, so you've got a little bit more room kind of on the sides. It's kind of in a regular lot, but it gives you a little bit more room, which is nice.
Yeah.
And they got built-in lights over here too.
Yeah, I saw that, the floodlights.
Yeah, that's not something you see all the time. Cool. Look what we have. A perfect setting place.
Yes. So as we mentioned, this is Sunchase Constructions. Actually, I don't know if we mentioned that or not, but it is Sunchase Construction. They've been building in the area for quite some time. They've built over 100 homes in the area. They do Gulf Breeze, Navarre, Milton, Pensacola. Just this past year, they've worked on a restaurant. They've done a rehab at an older historic building in Pensacola. They've got 2 apartments in Pensacola and 1 in Gulf Breeze. And then they build quality houses like this. I mean, for this price point, like, this is one of the things that I like about this builder, is that they do nice touches, but at an affordable price. You're not going to find, I mean, not too many other builders that are
under 400 in Gulf Breeze, like,
yeah,
and at the end of a cul-de-sac. Like, yes, there is a little bit of stuff around the neighborhood that's still, I don't even want to call it gentrifying. It's just,
yeah. So I call it a patchwork quilt. I heard that early on in my career, and I just stuck with it because I thought it was very, you know, it is a good description of the neighborhoods in Navarre and Gulf Breeze. So you'll find, and even sometimes like Fort Walton. So you'll find, you know, a mobile home next to a 1990s home next to a 2023 home, and that's exactly what's sitting out there in the cul-de-sac right now. So, you know, you've got think of a patchwork quilt. They're all different fabrics. They're all different, you know, patterns. And that's what we have here. So it's made up of a whole bunch of different kinds of buildings. And for that reason, the houses like this are going to be priced a little bit more affordably, because they're obviously not reaching to the masses. Not everyone is going to want to live next to some of the things that it's next to. But fences solve a lot of problems. And a lot of times the builders like this, when they are next to things like that, they will either, I don't know if this one in particular comes with a fence, but they are more likely to put that in there, and it's a negotiation. So Sunchase Builders is a family-owned business. Kyle is the owner now. He built with his dad, and his dad built with his dad, so it's been in the family for quite some time. I was speaking with the project manager, and one of the things that she loves is after they close on the property, she likes to come by and just kind of see, you know, what the new owners have done to the property, and she handpicks the lots that the houses are going on. So there's a lot of, not love necessarily, but kind of, there's a lot of heart into this company, which I think is another reason why they do such nice things at the price point that they do it at. So
yeah.
Yep. So Sunchase Construction, and they've got, I think, 9 right now active listings. 6 are in Gulf Breeze. So
cool. So if you guys are curious, call us.
Yes, call us.
All right, let's head to the third one. So let us show you real quick what Kristen meant by the patchwork quilt neighborhood.
Blinded by the sun.
As we're blinded by the sun, yeah. So there's a whole mix of different types of properties around this one, and a cool porta-john, but that won't be there very long.
Call it porta-john?
Yeah.
Porta-potty.
Yeah, it could be porta-potty, it could be porta-john, it could be porta-andrew.
How about what you call it?
Porta-john.
Porta-potty.
Down below. Porta-john. One of the big advantages of these patchwork quilt neighborhoods, is that you get a little bit more leeway on the things that you want to do. You want to park an RV out front, like your neighbors aren't going to be judging you quite as much. There's just a little bit more freedom, and there's something freeing in that.
Definitely no HOAs here.
Something freeing and freedom. That's what I said, apparently.
Well, we are on United Court. All right, we are at 5504 Chenier Drive. This is a CALENDLY build, so let's go on inside and check it out.
So this is new construction, so we're not doing as much out in the front as usual because they've got a house next door that they are building, so it's a little noisy.
So before I shut the door, I do want to show you, because most builders will not include something like this. So this is definitely an upgrade. One, it's super nice and modern, but having a keypad like this, a lot of builders just put in a regular old, lock and key type deadbolt. In this build, they are a semi-custom build spec home builder. So what you're going to see is more modern fixtures, more modern colors, more upgraded features in the house. It is a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom house, around 2,400 square feet, listed at $559. So let's take a look. So you see it's nice and open. Again, it's just a modern layout. This kitchen is my dream. It is so cool for lots of reasons. I love these countertops. I'm a sucker for the button for the garbage disposal. I don't know why, but in my house now I have to open this up and, oh my gosh, I love this house. So in my house I have to come under here and hit a button to do the garbage disposal, but up there, it's right there. But look, they even made it all nice.
Very interesting things that you're into, Kristen.
I know, but this is my favorite thing of all. It's a pot filler. So if you don't know what this is, you don't have to bring your pot from the sink over to here, or if you like filtered water, having it from your refrigerator, you can just put it here and move this out and it gets all of it. It's so awesome. I love it so much.
Can you turn it on and show us?
No, I was going to. But then the other nice upgrade is it has a wine fridge, otherwise known as a drink refrigerator, but it's a wine fridge. So I have one of those over here. They already have the backsplash in, nice modern cabinets. It's just really nice. Tons of counter space.
These are very shiny cabinets.
They are, I like them. It's easy to clean.
And they're soft close.
So this one's a split floor plan. So you've got your guest bedrooms over that way, and then your master's over this way. And there's another cool thing that I like. This was how you would get into the actual bedroom. But follow me. This is so exciting. Okay, so garage, pantry, also very big. And then I'm stepping into the laundry room, which has a folding table, which any mother or spouse of someone in the military, this is epic. Plus there's tons of storage. But then if you come into here, now I'm in the owner's closet. So think about, you're getting undressed and whatever, you need to do some laundry, you just go right there. Just go right there.
And it is pretty cool.
I know. And now you're in the owner's bathroom. I have a nice walk-in tiled shower with some natural light. So if you don't like the black and gray aspect, obviously black and white or whatever, probably not your jam, but you can always add color. And then this is the owner's bedroom. So it's nice because you've got the feature, obviously this is where your bed goes and all that stuff. Then you've got a nice little sitting area, or if you wanted to use it as an office, and then it goes out to the back patio.
Awesome. A nice spacious little area here. Everything's open. I really like the fixtures that they've done.
I do too.
It's pretty cool. Check this one out. Look at this thing. What is this? Pretty cool.
Yeah, and then nice, and the little transom windows over top, let in even more light. So you've got one bedroom here that has an ensuite, another bathroom, and then 2 more bedrooms up front.
Oh yeah. Oh, this is spacious too. Holy
I know,
cow.
right? So this would be good for a mother-in-law suite.
Yeah.
And you've got access to the patio again. And Andrew, look what they have, your favorite.
Oh, coat closet. And then 2 extra bedrooms. Very clean.
It is. Nice high ceilings.
Yeah. No popcorn.
It's barely textured.
Yeah, even the walls are barely textured. Huh.
Yeah. So this community is called Grand Chenier, and I'm probably butchering that name, but if you looking down the description below, you'll see it typed out. It's just a one street, but it does back up to a conservation easement, which you'll kind of see when we go outside. And then there's on one side of the south side of the street, there's a little fencing that kind of keeps everything back there, which is nice because you're never going to have neighbors to the back of you. So you kind of have that privacy. There is a small HOA, if I want to say $250 for the year, and I'm guessing what that's going to include is just keeping up with that easement, keeping it mowed and tamed and all that good stuff. But it's all the same builder, and they're still building a couple more lots.
Ooh, they need a lawn mowing.
I know a guy.
Now we are shooting this in December, so keep that in mind. This is all going to be beautiful and green again in a few months. But our grass goes brown super quick here in Florida for about 2 months.
Yep. So all that space that is not tame, if you will, is going to pretty much stay like that, and that's that easement.
Interesting. So this is as close as your neighbors are going to be.
Yeah. You do have a really big side yard, though. So there's still room for a pool.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and you got a sweet little boat over there. Oh yeah, this is a good sized side yard.
Yeah. So one thing to keep in mind when you are at new construction is to look out for those little sticks with the flags on it. That's generally where, I don't know what this guy's for, but that's generally where your lot lines are.
Cool.
So we are on Soundside Drive in Gulf Breeze at the Woodlin boat launch.
This is walking distance to house number 3 that we're just at.
Yep. But you're having a boat, so you can't really,
Yeah, you probably shouldn't walk your boat over here.
But there's tons of parking for your trailers and all that stuff over here. And then you've got a nice little dock that we're going to show you in a minute. And it goes out to the sound.
I just stepped on a big rock. Nice little place to have a little snack or lunch or a bottle of wine or whiskey.
Truly's. Just a straight up fifth of vodka. I mean, come on. Party. No power loading. What does that mean?
You can't power load.
Thanks for clearing that up.
Power loading is destroying your boat ramp.
You know what power loading is? Causes a hole to form at the base of the ramp and a sandbar to form behind the hole. Oh, like they're revving the boat to get up there?
So it's pretty cool. You get a little step down here, so you get to your boat a little easier. Well, it looks a little shallow. Hey, Kristen.
Hi. I'm having a panic attack. It's okay.
Oh yeah? You don't like being all the way out here on this dock?
I can see the bottom now, so it's okay.
Well, yeah, it's a fake bottom though.
Shut up.
It's seagrass, so it actually goes way deeper. I don't actually think that's true.
I don't like you very much.
I know. You want to play tag?
Absolutely not.
Fine.
Oh geez. Get it.
Okay, we're sitting out here in front of 1484 Penn State. Let's go take a look. So this home is a 5-bed, 3-bath. It is currently listed at $525,900. I really like the entrance to this. It's really cool. These little shutters are a nice addition. Not something that every new build is going to do. In fact, as we're walking around this house, there are a couple of little details I'm going to point out for you guys so that if you guys are shopping for a new construction somewhere and we're not involved, then you know what to look for, because there are certain things that a lot of builders are going to skip out on a little bit, but let's take a tour first. So we've got the first bathroom, mother-in-law ensuite maybe, you know, if that's what you wanted for it. Little closet here, and then of course an attached bathroom that is also one of the guest baths. Very nice. Now you've got the tall ceilings, which as a tall person, I really, really enjoy. Not in there, but once you come out here. So if you're
holding too.
Yeah, if you're a little bit taller, it feels more open, it feels less claustrophobic, which is always a really good benefit. As Kristen just mentioned, we've got the, what do you call them again?
Crown molding.
Crown molding, thank you. Jeez, I'm out of it. Cool little fan, and then check this out. Now, we were just having a conversation about these. We personally feel like they're a little big for the space, but I do like the look, I'll give it that.
The bird cage lights.
Yeah, and look at all this counter space.
Yeah,
holy
counter
cow.
space.
There's counter space for days. You can have
I
your
love the backsplash.
your pancake maker, your waffle maker, your pizza maker, your little griddle stove, the convection oven, air fryer. I'm just listing random things. Let's go.
This one does have the dual colored cabinets.
And we do have a decent sized pantry. Kind of open both sides for you.
Yeah.
So they put the wire cabinets in here, or you know, shelves, I guess. Just something to look out for, because some of the more cost-effective builders are going to skip on little stuff like that. Also, sometimes they'll skip on these. Pretty rare now. Most of the time they're adding in, you know, the attachment handles and things like that, but every once in a while you still see them.
There's no refrigerator.
There's no fridge.
And that's something that's hit and miss right now.
Yeah, so several years ago it used to be negotiated in all the time, the fence and the fridge, and now it's not happening as often. But the advantage with new construction, as we'll talk about here in a little bit as well, is that they're generally offering a lot of good incentives. Now, not for the private builders for the most part, but a lot of them do. So you can get better interest rates, maybe you can negotiate fridges, things like that, a little bit easier. So you've got your laundry space here, your own dedicated little space.
Cute little light.
Yep.
This is just the only room. Oh, I like that it's by itself though.
Yeah, it's kind of tucked away here. Got a nice sized garage. The camera's probably not going to do this justice. This is a deep garage.
Just don't want to slam.
And I do like that they put a little guard here. You don't generally see this and everything. This is to protect you from running into your water heater.
Marco.
Polo.
Marco.
Polo.
See it? That's how far it is. See?
That's,
See what I
yeah,
did
for
there?
those of you guys that can track voices, that's how far it is. You also have, oh, this is another small detail. You'll notice on each side, they've got connections on every single wall in here. That's another small detail that you're not going to see everywhere.
There you go.
We have the dual colored kitchen cabinets here. So you've got the black on your left side and white on your right side currently. They are all soft close, which is always good. I call them you know, you're getting mad at your spouse, your kids, you just want to slam it all, your silverware is going to go everywhere, but at least you won't break your cabinet. You got a dedicated dining space. Another small detail here, these bullnose corners. So see how they're kind of rounded off. I like that they've put some texturing in the ceiling too that matches with everything else. So this is one of the guest bedrooms. The rooms are a little bit smaller than I would prefer in this size home, but they do have very large closets in each of these additional bedrooms. Yeah, the light would help. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You got your other guest bathroom right here that can be shared between these two individuals. And then another room with, again, and another big closet. This house is about 2,200 square feet, so keep that in mind. Like I said, 5 bed, 3 bath. Now let's go to the master.
So I do want to point out the windows because I love when they have that little detail around the window pane there with a little.
Oh yeah, yeah, they did it in the doors too.
Makes it just look a little finished off.
Very cool. We'll go out there in just a second. I like that it's covered out there. So you've got your master here. Plenty of space. Again, kind of wishing it was just a little bit bigger, but they did well with the space in general. You've got dual vanity so that, you know, she can put all of her makeup everywhere and her hair products. And then we've got a bath.
Oh, because there's drawers there for that.
Yeah. How many of you guys are actually doing that?
I do.
Now we've got, we've got a big soaking tub here. Just big enough you can fit one of those nice little wine rack things, you know? Put a book up there, some wine, maybe some cheeses. That would be weird if you're eating cheese in the bathtub, but I'm not judging. And then, of course, a gigantic closet.
Well, wait, you missed out on the shower. This thing's epic.
Yeah, this thing is pretty epic. Look at this thing. This thing is huge. This is what it would look like.
Onto the closet.
Kristen never humors me.
I do, just not for long.
And then we've got the recessed lighting all throughout in here, which is a nice touch. And again, going back to the details, just like the stuff that they're putting in here, the mirrors, this is another thing that a lot of people will skip out on. They won't even put mirrors in. Well, they'll just put a pretty basic
Big
one.
construction grade mirror.
Yep.
I actually had my builder not put those in at all because I wanted to pick out mine. And instead of having to take down the glue that's on the back of it, I just had him not put it.
So that is a really good option. If you are purchasing one that doesn't put in nice mirrors like this, you can always ask them not to put it in. Another small detail, we've got lots of outlets throughout this house. It's not something I wanted to point out as we were going, but they are everywhere, including right here in the floor,
Yes.
which is a really good, you do not know how awesome this is. If you guys are doing a new construction at any point in your life, you have to tell them to do that really early if that's an option. This is not something you get to just change later because they actually have to build it into the foundation, so keep that in mind. Oh yeah, sorry, we got one more. There's more.
But wait, there's more.
So we get a nice little office area. You can turn this into another bedroom if you want. It does have a closet.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I think I'd use it for an office or something like that just because it's got the additional doors here.
Yeah.
You can always take these out, drywall it in if you wanted to. Again, something that you could ask the builder early. Sometimes they will have an option to do that. Not all the time, because remember they have to get codes and all of this too. So a cool little space.
So I want to take a minute and talk about the future of new construction here in the Panhandle, most specifically in the Gulf Breeze Navarre area, because really that's kind of what's getting hit the most recently. But basically the fact of the matter is there's not much land left. Everything is pretty much getting built out. What land is left is either wetlands, which wetlands is its own beast. Yeah, so some of it can be mitigated, which means they have to come back in and basically repack the dirt with more sand and make it more stable. But they still have to keep the qualities of the land and keep it wetland-ish. I don't know what the right words are, but so there's basically the long and short of it is there's only certain things that you can do on those properties. So putting pools in on those properties usually is not something that you can do. You're just putting the house on there and that's what you get. The next phase, I think what's going to happen is people are going to start having all of the mobile homes that are in existence now. They're going to sell those off and start putting new construction on that. But that's a long-term thing that's very much farther down the road. So one of the key factors for that same thing of, when we're waiting for those mobile homes to get pulled down, basically, so for South Santa Rosa County, if a mobile home is, so what I'm looking for.
Demolished, destroyed, force majeure, act of God, hurricane, fire, et cetera, et cetera.
Or just old and they can't live in it anymore. That property is automatically rezoned single family residence. So they cannot put another mobile home back on that property. There's some areas in northern Santa Rosa County like Milton and Pace that they can. But for the most part down here in Navarre and Gulf Breeze, once that mobile home is gone, they cannot put another one back on there. So that's when we're going to start seeing some more new construction pop up here and there. But it's going to be onesie twosie lots. Gone are the days really of the big, master plan communities. There's still a few left, but once those are built out, I don't think it's possible in our area to see those again because there's just
they just don't have the land. Yeah. So everything is bought out. Everything is starting to get built up. There are small areas like Kristen said, but just something to note. So if you're looking for that really big, master plan community that's got 8 phases to it, they're going to have new construction. They're going to have townhomes and commercial buildings and all of that fun stuff like what we see.
And the golf course.
Exactly. Yeah. Like if you're looking for something like that, here in the Navarre Gulf Breeze area, we just don't have it anymore. We do have one going up in Niceville right now. That's Deer Moss Creek. We actually tried to do videos on them before, but they didn't like it. So we took them down. But that's a great master plan community there. And then we've got a few more along the Emerald Coast, but here in this area, it is very, very limited.
Yep.
So we're sitting on the back patio. I actually really like these things, especially if you're wanting to put in a small hot tub or something because you don't have to do an addition. Although with this one, it might be just a little bit crammed to throw in a hot tub right here. You might be able to get a small one right behind where Kristen is at right now, but that's even cutting it close.
Yeah, it's a little one-person hot tub.
Yeah, nonetheless, it is a nice little space. Sit out here and relax. Do whatever you like to do outside, sip your coffee, and just enjoy the outdoors because we're in Florida after all.
Mm-hmm. So as we say goodbye for this episode, we wanted to see what your thoughts were on some features that you look for in a new home. So comment down below with something that you would love to see in a new home that you are purchasing.
See you guys in the next one.
Bye.